The devil doesn't always come with horns and fire. Often he simply comes with distraction. Scripture consistently warns us that where we place our focus, it determines our fruit. And the enemy knows this well. Here's the scripture and wisdom based breakdown of how Satan distracts, steals, kills, and destroys through the misuse of our focus. The enemy's strategy. So in John 10:10 it says, "The thief does not come except to steal, kill, and destroy, and I have come that they may have life and that they may have it more abundantly." So Satan steals our time, he kills our purpose, and destroys our potential. Not always through chaos, but through constant distraction. So the power of focus. Proverbs 4:25 through 27 says, "Look straight ahead and fix your eyes on what lies before you. Mark out a straight path for your feet. Don't get sidetracked. Keep your feet from following evil." When your eyes wander, your feet follow. The enemy uses distraction to shift your eyes so he can redirect your walk. Eve was distracted before she was deceived. Genesis 3:6. When the woman saw that the fruit of the tree was good for food and pleasing to the eye, she took some of it and ate it. The serpent redirected her focus. Once her attention shifted from God's command to what looked good, deception followed, and that's still the devil's playbook today. So God told Adam and Eve, "Be fruitful and multiply." God told Adam and Eve, "I've given you dominion and authority over the earth. Subdue it," right? Flourish. God rules heaven. He gave us earth to rule it, right? As his mini me's, because we're created in God's image and God's value and God's likeness. So he wanted us to rule earth originally. And so that was the mission at hand. Today's mission is for us to multiply, be fruitful and multiply God's image, to win souls, to set the captives free, to bear good fruit, to be a soldier of Christ, right? It means to be disciplined followers of the Lord. You know, to be a disciple is to be a disciplined follower of the Lord. To have our mind focused on him, right? Is to be intentional about every step you take. It's not that you're going to be perfect and you're not going to fall, because a righteous man falls down 7 times, he gets back up. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. It just means where your heart is at, where your focus is at. That's where your heart's going to be at, and that's where your treasure is going to be at. And so the devil wants to give you lesser things, maybe put some glitter on it so that it can kind of sparkle a little bit and get your attention, but it's not life giving. The things that we're distracted by is not life giving. Just like uh, silver, anything that is shiny, it shines in the water. Fish are attracted to it, but often fishermen use this for their leverage to catch the fish. It has a hook in the end, so it has bait and it shines, but there's a hook. And so, just like we outsmart the fish of the sea, Satan outsmarts us, and he tries to use things that will lure you away and hook you, and so that he can put you in bondage and yokes, and he can put curses on you. And God says, be intentional about following me, because the devil goes around like a roaring lion seeking who he can devour. And so don't be distracted by these other things that he wants you to be distracted by, because by default you leave the 99 and you become the one that goes astray. And then that's exactly what the devil wants. He wants to isolate you and he wants to destroy you. But and the battlefield is in the mind. He attacks by way of the mind. So a lot of the things that we're dwelling on and our focus is on, that's the flow of whatever it is. If it's a contaminated source, is flowing into our life. So the serpent redirected her focus, and once her attention shifted from God's command to what looked good, deception followed. And that's still the devil's playbook. Peter walked on water until he looked away. Matthew 14:30. But when he saw the wind, he was afraid and began to sink. When you focus on the circumstances, you keep your gaze off of faith and off of God and His marvelous works of what He can do. And now the circumstance look like it's bigger than God Himself. No, tell your circumstances, my God can do exceedingly abundant beyond anything I could ask or think, and that you're nothing compared to Him. Speak to your mountain and tell it to move, and it will obey you. Let your faith be bigger than your circumstances. So Peter, he was walking in the supernatural on top of water until he shifted his focus from Jesus to the storm. Distraction breeds doubt, and doubt drowns destiny. That's deep. Martha Martha was doing good, but missing what was best. In Luke 10:40 through 42, it says, "But Martha was distracted by all the preparations. And Jesus said, Martha, Martha, the Lord answered, you are worried and upset about many things, but few things are needed. Mary has chosen what is better." Satan doesn't always tempt us with sin. Sometimes he tempts us with being busy. Martha was busy doing good, like washing dishes, cooking, serving people. All of that is good, but she was missing God. And that's the enemy's subtle trap. Keep people busy, looking away from what matters most. That's why there's the verse in the Bible that said, Jesus, didn't we go cast out demons? Didn't we do this in your name and that in your name? We healed, we did many miracles in your name. And then Jesus is like, you missed me in the whole thing. You never spent time with me. I don't know you. You know what I mean? You got a sermon. You heard a sermon. You were taught how to do stuff, but you never took the time to know me. You knew about me, but you didn't know me. Jesus was saying, I don't know you, right? In other words, they didn't spend any time with him in prayer, getting to know him in worship, reading his word, asking, like giving him that quality time. But not just that quality time. What do I always say in all my videos? Giving him their heart. And out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. And everything flows from the heart. All their decisions flow from the heart. So you'll know a believer by their fruits of what they portray in life. You'll know. So the seed of the word can be choked by distractions. Mark 4:19. The worries of this life, the deceitfulness of wealth, and the desires for other things come and choke the word, making it unfruitful. So distractions are like weeds. They don't kill the seed directly, they just suffocate its growth. Satan's aim is to keep you spiritually stagnant. Fix your eyes on Jesus. Hebrews 12:2. Fixing our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer, and the perfecter of our faith. The antidote to distraction is devotion. A steady gaze on Christ protects your focus and aligns your walk. Distraction is not just the enemy of productivity, it's the enemy of purpose. The devil doesn't need to destroy you if he can distract you long enough to keep you from fulfilling your calling. It's so true. Protecting your focus like your future depends on it because it does. So, nice short video. Protect your focus. Wherever your gaze is at, that's where your feet are going to follow. Wherever your heart is at, it's what you give most of your time to. It's a reflection of where your heart is at. Whatever you give your most time to, right? Shift and change your perspective today to the Lord, and you'll flourish. Like a tree planted by rivers of living waters, bearing good fruit in season and out of season. From there flows life, and life more abundant.